can try and win championships, and that's what it's all about. When you look from the outside and you watch this team, I know we're going to have a real good, solid hockey team this year.
Welcome back to Fireside Rangers. I'm your host, Anthony Rivardo, joined by my co-host here, Eric Wilson. We're in our Rangers gear. We're feeling good. We're excited. Got some good news recently. Sammy Blais activated off of injured reserve. Of course, he was placed on injured reserve last November, missed the majority of the regular season with a torn ACL. They said it was a 6 to 8 month recovery time. It's been about 8 months. Now he's finally activated off of injured reserve just ahead of training camp, which will be taking place next month. So we're super excited for that. We're going to dive into Sammy Blais, what we think about him, what we think his impact can be in the upcoming 2022 to 23 season. And then at the end of this episode, we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to play some NHL New York Rangers trivia, and we're going to put in some spicy little rules with it. So it's going to be a good time. But before we get into all that, Eric, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's kind of like the dead part of the off season, so there's really not much to talk about. But it's good news. Sammy Blais is off the IR. It's been a while since we've seen him play. He only played a couple games for the Rangers last season. But it's great news. He's a great player. Oh, and also the Islanders had a very common L when they didn't sign Kadri, and he signed with Calgary. So.
Yeah, we all thought that was a done deal, and of course, it was not a done deal, so that was super funny to see. We love seeing the Islanders get worked, Rangers supremacy forever. But talking about Sammy Blais, as Eric mentioned, he didn't play a whole lot in the 2021 and 22 season, only played in 14 games. He did have 4 points in those 14 games. They were all assists. The plus-minus when he was on the ice was a plus-minus of 3. Of course, he is a left winger, 26 years old, so still relatively young, still in his prime, still improving, and probably competing for the third or fourth line this upcoming season. I believe, Eric, on your line projections, you did have him as a left wing on the third line. Is that right?
I believe I did, yeah. I think it's very easy that he's going to fit in. He's a great depth player. We haven't stopped talking about depth all the offseason, and, we did really well last season without him. So the fact that we're going to have him back in, a very good, solid player, I can't see any way that this is a negative to have him back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, depth is crucial. Every sport, depth is crucial. Hockey's no different. Getting those lines right, it can't just be your stars on the first and second lines propelling your team to victory. It takes the third and fourth lines as well in order to be a successful, well-rounded hockey team. We know that, though, from the Rangers 2021 to 22 season. We saw a lot of success on the third line, the kid line, fourth line, too. There were some decent players, but at the end of the day, maybe not enough talent on those final two lines in the bottom six. And that's where the Rangers have been spending a little bit of money where they can recently, just to kind of improve that bottom six, shore up their depth, and make sure that they're ready to go for the 2022 to 23 season. And I'm super excited for it. But again, talking about Sammy Blais, left winger, 26 years old, going to be playing on the third line. Eric, what are your expectations for him entering this upcoming season? And what kind of impact do you think he could have for the Rangers?
Well, for starters, I do expect him to play the full season. The games that he played with the Rangers last season, though they weren't many, they were very good. So I'm expecting a lot. He's not too big of a points guy. Like you said, he didn't even score a single goal with us. But hopefully he'll start putting up goals and keep racking up assists. He's going to be a great defensive forward who's really going to elevate the third line to the next level. Absolutely.
And I think that's something that the Rangers definitely need. We've talked about how they have some wingers who are kind of just always up on the top of the ice, getting some shots up, but having someone who's a little bit more physical and defensive is something that we think the Rangers could totally use. I know we discussed that recently with the prospects, Brennan Othman, and the other one who's drawing a blank. We were talking about a little fire and ice situation that we think could be happening, if that rings a bell. I think it was Lundqvist. Lundqvist was the name.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that recently, and just to kind of like wrap up this portion of the episode, this is a conversation that we've been having, just talking about the depth of the Rangers and how important it is. And we're going to be continuing to dive into all these, bottom six players, the prospects, anyone that could be playing on those bottom two lines. We will be diving into them pretty frequently as we head into training camp and preseason, because that's where we're going to get extended looks of all these guys. But without further ado, we want to have a little bit of fun here, since it is kind of the dead point of the offseason. Have some fun, play some games, get a little crazy, see what happens. Maybe it'll be a great episode, great fun. Maybe it'll go wrong. And honestly, I think it's going to go wrong. So we're going to play some Rangers trivia right here. I'm going to be asking Eric, because I like to think of him as a Rangers encyclopedia. He just kind of knows everything about the team. But we're going to put him to the test here. Anytime he gets one answer wrong, he's going to have to take a little sip. We are 21. Drink responsibly. But we're going to go ahead and add a little spice to this, like I said. So without further ado, number one, Eric, the first question. This one's an easy one. It's a layup, a softball, right? This is a really crappy shot right to the chest of Igor Shesterkin. Easy save. What year were the New York Rangers founded?
1926.
Yes, sir. You are correct about that. Second question. Who did the Rangers defeat to win their first Stanley Cup championship?
Pretty sure it was Montreal.
Montreal is the correct answer. Let's go number 3 here. What curse was blamed for the New York Rangers Stanley Cup championship drought from 1940 through 1994?
I have no idea.
Well, let's go ahead and find out. That is Dutton's curse. During World War II, the NHL's New York Americans suspended operations due to many of their players entering the armed forces. After the war, the league, with the encouragement of Madison Square Garden management, reneged on a long-standing promise to allow the Americans to return. Red Dutton, the coach and general manager of the Americans, bitterly declared the Rangers would never win the cup for as long as he lived. Dutton's curse apparently worked when he died in 1987 at the age of 88. The Rangers were in their 47th season without having won the cup. That is quite a story. Nice little history story. That's really interesting. Dutton's curse. What an angry man. Red Dutton cursed the Rangers for 47 years. That's unbelievable. Anyway, moving on to the next question. Number 4, Eric, what is handed out in the locker room to the player of the night after each Rangers victory?
It's the Broadway hat.
The Broadway hat. Absolutely. Since 2011, the Broadway hat has been given to the Rangers' best player after each victory by the previous winner. But also, did I see you sip for that last question?
I did. You can look back at the footage.
I'll look back at the footage. I'll make sure. I'm going to keep him in check here. Number 5, who was the first Rangers goaltender with 40 wins in a season?
I don't know, so I'm going to take a guess from one of these. I'm assuming it's not Lundqvist because he was pretty recent. I'll go with Mike Richter.
And Mike Richter is correct. In 1993 to 1994, Mike Richter had his first campaign as the team's number 1 goaltending, posting a career-best 42 wins and 2.57 goals against average as the Rangers won the President's Trophy for the second time in 3 years. Pretty cool stuff right there. Number 6, what was the first jersey number retired by the New York Rangers? Number 7, number 9, number 1, or number 3?
I don't know. I'll go with number 9.
Number 9 is not correct. You want to try again?
7.
Correct. Number 7, Rod Gilbert played right wing on the gag line, the goal a game line with Vic Hadfield and Gene Rattel. His number 7 jersey was retired by the Rangers in 1979. Pretty cool stuff. Learning a lot here, having fun. Number 7, which player set franchise records for goals and points during the 2005 to 2006 season? Martin Straka, Marian Gaborik. Gabrick. That's the answer? Nope, no. You're wrong.
I was just correcting you.
Okay. Well, you know me. Still buffing up on my Rangers history.
I'll say Jaromir Jagr.
Okay. Let's see. And you are correct about that. After leading the NHL in points and goals for most of the 2005 to 2006 season, Jagr was surpassed by the San Jose Sharks duo of Joe Thornton and Jonathan Chichu. 56 goals from him. That's like a really cool name, Chichu. I really like that. Number 8, who was the first captain of the New York Rangers?
I feel like I should know this, but I don't know it. Frank Boucher?
Nope.
I don't know. Just figure it out.
Okay, it is Bill Cook, known as the original Ranger. Bill Cook was the first captain of the New York Rangers, scored the first goal in franchise history, and led the team to 2 Stanley Cup championships. So that's pretty sick. The original Ranger, Bill Cook. Who was the first New York Ranger to win NHL Rookie of the Year?
Dude, Ranger fans are going to kill me in the comments after this. I don't know. I thought we had never had anyone win it. But I guess I was wrong. That would have been the Islanders. This guy's got Kilby McDonald.
Yeah. Correct. In 1939 to 40, Kilby McDonald not only won the Calder Memorial Trophy for NHL Rookie of the Year, but helped the Rangers win their 3rd Stanley Cup, defeating the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-2 in the finals. Okay, number 10. Last question on this page. Who was the first rookie in NHL history to score hat tricks in 2 consecutive games? Quite the accomplishment. 6 goals, 2 games.
So I feel like it's not Brian Leach. Let's go with Steve Vickers.
Steve Vickers, that is correct. Left winger Steve Vickers made history in 1972 when he became the first rookie, as well as the first New York Ranger to score hat tricks in 2 consecutive games. Vickers finished the season with 30 goals and 23 assists for a total of 53 points and was awarded Calder Memorial Trophy as NHL Rookie of the Year. Pretty cool stuff right there.
I'm doing really good at guessing. They're gonna think this is scripted.
You got a few more in you? A few more questions
I
in
do,
you?
I
Let's
do.
go for it. Number 11. Who replaced Ryan Callahan as Rangers captain?
Ryan McDonough.
Ryan McDonough is the correct answer. He was named the 27th captain in Rangers history back in 2014. Who was the first player to win the Hart Memorial Trophy and Lady Binge or Bing?
Bing.
Lady Bing Memorial Trophy in the same year?
Mark Messier, just because he was like the greatest Ranger of all time. Okay,
Nope.
well that's wrong. Just pick Andy Bathgate. That might be it.
Nope.
Just okay. Find out what the answer is.
Buddy O'Connor in 1947. He was traded to the Rangers. He had 60 points that season, finishing second to Montreal's Elmer Lach in the scoring race and winning both the Hart Memorial Trophy as league MVP and the Lady Bing Memorial Trophy for sportsmanship. Pretty cool stuff. Buddy
The more you
O'Connor.
know.
The more you know. Who was the first New York Ranger with 300 penalty minutes in a season? 300 minutes.
I have no idea. Ty Domi.
That is a lot of time. That is
Oh
incorrect.
God.
The correct answer is Troy Mallett. He was drafted 22nd overall by the Rangers in 1988. He played a whole lot, and he collected 1,226 penalty minutes, including 305 penalty minutes during the 1989-90 season.
Before you continue, I just want to publicly apologize if we butcher any of these names. I don't know half these names on here.
Totally screwing up a lot of names. I know it. Sorry about that. What was goaltender John Ross Roach's nickname?
Well, little fun fact about myself. When I take tests, if I ever see an option that says all of the above, it's always all of the above.
Okay, well, let's see if it's all of the above. That is correct. He was called the House Cleaner, Little Napoleon, the Port Perry Cucumber.
I don't know.
These are some really cool nicknames. Standing just 5'5" high and tipping the scales at about 130 pounds. Wow. He is one of the smallest goalies ever to guard an NHL cage. He also had some great nicknames, including, like I mentioned, Little Napoleon, House Cleaner, and the Port Perry Cucumber.
I'm going to start calling you the Port Perry Cucumber.
You know what? I don't like that. I don't like that. Number 15. Who was the highest single-season shooting percentage in franchise history?
Why would anyone know this? I don't know. Jean Rattel.
How do you not know this, actually? You're wrong. Wrong answer.
Figure out
The
what
correct answer is Steve Vickers. He scored 29 goals on just 98 shots, giving him a franchise record single-season shooting percentage of 29.6% in 1980. Very cool stuff.
I also think it's really funny. You guys can't see this, but every time I get it wrong and we have to click the answer, it's always the fourth one that Tony picks.
Yeah, guess I'm not the best at guessing. Number 16, which goaltender holds the franchise single-season record for saves?
I got to go with my boy Henrik Lundqvist. Oh, man.
Nope. Damn.
I don't know.
Bottoms up, my man. All right. Gump Worsley set a franchise record in 1955-56 with 2,376 saves. He was known for his wry sense of humor. Early in his career with the Rangers, a regular facing 40 to 50 shots a night, he was asked which team gives you the most trouble. His reply, the New York Rangers.
I mean, I would say that too if I had to regularly face 50 shots in one game consistently.
17. Who was the Ranger with 4 hat tricks in a season? Wow, that's impressive.
Marion Gaborik.
Nope.
I'm on such a cold streak right now.
Yeah, this is tough. This is really tough. It was Thomas Sandstrom. He had 40 goals, 34 assists, 74 points, and a franchise record 4 hat tricks in the year 1986 to 1987. Pretty impressive stuff. Thomas. 18. Which Rangers goaltender had 13 shutouts in a season?
I'll just go with Lundqvist again. I don't know. I should have known Lundqvist never did that. I would have known.
John Ross Roach, once again. He was mentioned earlier. John Ross Roach recorded 13 shutouts and 21 wins with a GAA of just 1.41 in 1928 to 1929. So I don't blame you for not knowing that, considering that was nearly 100 years ago.
That's so crazy, though. Like, that might be one of the best seasons by a goaltender of all time.
That is quite impressive. Can't lie. What is goaltender Henry Lundqvist's nickname?
The King Henrik.
There you go. Absolutely correct. dominating play during his rookie season resulted in the New York media and Rangers fans giving him the nickname King Henrik.
That's why they call it Igor the Tsar, because he's Russian and it's like the king. Fun fact.
That is pretty cool. I'm sure most of the Rangers fan listening probably knew that, but I didn't. So number 20, final question. Who was the first Ranger with 80 assists in a season? 80 assists.
So my thought process is like I want to pick Wayne Gretzky, but I feel like that's too obvious. Wayne Gretzky played with us like in like the late 90s, I think it was. So it's like someone had to have done it before. You know what? I'm going to throw a curveball, Brian Leach.
Brian Leach is the correct answer. In 1991 to 92, Brian Leach combined 22 goals and 80 assists for 102 points, becoming the 5th defenseman in history and the only American defenseman to record 100 points in a season. He was awarded the Norris Trophy. That's actually really cool. That is pretty sick.
I don't think I did that bad in those 20 questions.
I don't think you did too bad. I think you did okay. I mean, a lot of these questions were like, what happened in 1925? Kind of hard for us to know that stuff.
In 1925 when we were founded in 1926.
1929. Sorry. That was the last question. I was talking about someone from 1929. But yeah, pretty interesting, fun stuff. Let us know if you enjoyed this down below in the comment section. We're just kind of here bumming out in a frat house, waiting for our classes to start, having a bunch of fun, throwing back some brews with the boys, and talking some New York Rangers. So let us know if you're interested in more fun videos like this down below in the comment section. We had a blast doing it, and we have a blast providing you with nearly daily updates of the New York Rangers right here on Fireside Rangers. So make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Ring the bell so you don't miss an episode. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one, and
let's go Rangers!
He shoots. Rangers!